Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Lords of the Night. With me, as always, is your Lord of Punishment. Say hello, Scribe.
Hello, Scribe.
Your Lord of Pennies is with us as well. Say hi, Satsu.
Satsu, hi.
And I am your Lord of Lorne.
Lorne Michaels. Or Lorne Green,
The
maybe.
Lorne of Pain.
Lorne.
I give up.
Lorne
I'm the Lord of Pain. I'm Ranting Monkey, and this is how my day has gone. How are you guys? Satsu, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing Lorne good, man.
Sweet. And Scribbles, how you doing?
I am forlorn.
Isn't that a bad thing?
It's the only other Lorne thing I could come up with.
Gotcha. Ryan says, imagine my Shag Monkey streaming. This isn't an addiction, man. This is my normal streaming night. It's been this way for like 2 years.
You can't say that at regular hours.
Yeah, you can pull that at any other time. Like last night when I started to stream it at 3:45 in the morning. Okay.
After, mind you, he told me I'm tired as fuck.
I was tired as fuck.
Uh-huh.
And then I stayed up till 10 a.m. Anyway, yeah, that's how my day's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yay. I got a little bit of sleep. I pain. I fucking hate pain. But I got a little bit of sleep and then woke up to the Thot tree on Twitter, which made me happy.
Oh man, it's epic.
It's fucking funny as hell. I will get into that in just a little bit, guys. Until then, do we have anything else to talk about before I do the tagline? Waffles. And don't forget, after this, guys, we'll be over on 2 cents plus playing this 7 Days to Die.
Hopefully not getting fucked up the ass by glitches.
Yeah, we had a bad one last night.
It was a good stream. It was just that one moment of complete pure fucketry.
I was disappointed in Horde Night. I really was.
Yeah, we kind of got out of that one way too easily, but because we were like painfully unprepared. But
yeah, but anyway, Monkey Dick, Jim Jones, movies, video games. Hit that like button, guys. Remember, hitting that like button means that you don't like communism, and share our stuff, guys. Share far, wide, everywhere, because you like people and you want them to have nice things in their lives.
You might be talking to the wrong.
Scribbles, do we have news today?
We do. I have 4 stories, 3 of which are kind of related to one another. And the first one, which is not related to any of those. And the first one is the bad news, so I figured I'd get that out of the way first.
Okay.
The headline kind of says most of it, but I'll go into the details. Alabama mall gunman still at large after police say the armed man killed by an officer likely did not fire the shots.
Oh.
Yeah. This reminds me of a little bit of the security guard that got blown away by the cops at a bar a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, real quick, thank you, Cryptic. There's a guy going around dipping his testicles in glitter. It's pretty nuts. It took me a second when I read that, like, what? Oh, and then I got it. Okay.
Nuts,
I like that one. I like pretty nuts.
There's your ringtone for the month, guys.
There you go.
An armed 21-year-old man killed by an officer at a mall in Alabama on Thanksgiving. Let me try that again. At a mall in Alabama on Thanksgiving night, likely did not fire the shots that wounded 2 people and sent terrified shoppers running for cover. Authorities initially thought Emantic, E-M-A-N-T-I-C, Emantic.
Okay.
Emantic Fitzgerald Bradford Jr.
Jesus Christ.
Emantic Fitzgerald Bradford Jr., known as EJ, had fired the shots at the River Chase Galleria in Hoover, south of Birmingham, that left an 18-year-old and a 12-year-old hospitalized. At first, police said Bradford opened fire after an altercation with the 18-year-old, and an officer fatally shot Bradford as he fled the scene. But late Friday, police changed that story, saying that while Bradford was involved in, quote, some aspect of the altercation, unquote, and was armed with a handgun, he likely did not fire the rounds that injured the two others. Quote, we regret that our initial media release was not totally accurate, but new evidence indicates that it was not, the police said. You regret that your media release was not accurate. How about the aim of the officer?
Yeah, sorry we shot the wrong dude.
Well, no, his aim was accurate.
His aim was accurate.
Well, the new information emerged after Jefferson County Sheriff's Office investigators and crime scene experts spoke to witnesses and examined evidence. Quote, investigators now believe that more than 2 individuals were involved in the initial altercation. This information indicates that there is at least 1 gunman still at large. Police provided no name or description of the gunman at large. The officer involved in the shooting is on administrative leave pending an investigation, police said. Bradford's family released this statement Saturday afternoon. Quote, our family is completely shocked, heartbroken, and devastated at the tragic death of our beloved EJ. EJ was a devoted son and brother who dedicated his life to serving his country and always doing the right thing. As we continue to grieve, rest assured that we are working diligently with our legal team to determine exactly what happened and why this police officer killed our son. We will never forget EJ and ask for your continued prayers during this incredibly difficult time. And he was in the U.S. Army, apparently, at one point. Let's see, he was an Army engineer, but an Army spokesman said he did not serve. Wait a second.
How'd that work?
I'm trying to see if the story, because they have a picture of him in a U.S. Army t-shirt, and the caption says, Bradford said he was an Army engineer, but an Army spokesperson said he did not serve. And I'm trying to see if the story addresses that at all. Because that's, and then there's a picture of him. What? Okay, and then they go over, further on down, there's a picture of him in an Army uniform with the usual, like, you know, you get your profile picture taken, your portrait picture. And it says, Imantic Fitzgerald Bradford Jr. noted on his Facebook page that he was an Army combat engineer, and his family alluded to his military service during a news conference on Saturday, November 24th, 2018. Army spokesperson Lieutenant Colonel Manny Ortiz told CNN Bradford never completed advanced individual training and did not officially serve in the Army.
Oh, so like he went through most of it but never served, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So he was embellishing his resume, I guess.
That's still no reason for him to be dead, though.
No, it isn't. I just find it interesting.
No, I wasn't suggesting you were saying that.
No. Yeah. Okay, well, in the heat of the moment, somebody's holding a gun. There was a shooting. I don't know.
Was he holding a gun when they...
Well, they don't really get... They just say that he was armed. I don't think it says he was like brandishing it or anything. He was running away... I don't know. It's kind of confusing.
Armed could be they found it on him later.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess the question is, did the police officer see the guy holding the gun at the time? Did he have some reasonable belief that the guy was the shooter, etc.? I don't know. That may come out in the investigation.
Man, I wish the police could tell the difference between a dangerous person with a gun and a not dangerous person with a gun.
You got a super chat, Monkey.
What the hell? Why is my chat not moving?
I don't know. Did you get that one from Jay Brown?
No, I didn't. What? Oh, fuck. Sorry, Jay Brown. Thank you. What do you call a drunken astronaut? A Bud Lightyear.
Wah, wah.
No, hey, I got to keep going. I got to shut my chat down and reopen it completely because I don't know what the hell's going on.
All right. Well, now we get into the trio of semi-related stories. The first one, amazingly enough, is a sort of re-trumpeting from the Washington Post, which CNN never does. So CNN tells us that the Washington Post tells us that incoming Mexican government gives support to Trump administration's new asylum proposal. A new Trump administration border policy requiring that asylum seekers at the southern border remain in Mexico while their claims are processed has garnered the incoming Mexican government's support, the Washington Post reported Saturday, citing Mexican officials and senior members of Mexican President-elect Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador's transition team. The plan, called Remain in Mexico, emerged after a meeting in Houston last week that included Mexico's incoming foreign minister, Marcelo Ebrard, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, Homeland Security Secretary Christian Nielsen, and other high-ranking U.S. officials. Regarding the deal with Mexico, White House spokesman Hogan Gidley. What do they come up with these people's names? They sound like the names of like fictional characters on a TV show, so you don't accidentally name someone in real life. You know, Hogan Gidley. I
think it's a beautiful name.
Hogan?
No.
I mean, as a first name, is it okay? I don't know. White House spokesman Hogan Gidley said in a statement, quote, President Trump has developed a strong relationship with the incoming Obrador administration, and we look forward to working with them on a wide range of issues, unquote. And that's about as boilerplate a statement as you can have. Yeah.
I have 2 super chats here. Thank you, Cryptic. Why is beef a bad password? It's not stroganoff. It's strong enough, but it's stroganoff. But you have to read it to get that joke right.
Yeah.
What is it? I like the joke. Thank you, Cryptic. And Dragon Mage, thank you. Good morning, Monkey. They had an itchy trigger finger.
Harvest Marva says Hogan's Heroes. Yeah, but Hogan was his last name. It wasn't his first name. I mean, Hogan is the last name, sure. All right. But it's a first name? It's really odd.
And thank you, Point Curation. There are no decent Canadian politicians.
Well, I'm sure Trudeau is a very decent guy.
What about Faith Goldie?
Is she a politician?
She ran for mayor of Toronto or some shit like that.
Oh, did she win?
No.
Well, then she's not a politician, is she?
Yes, she is. She's
No,
just
sorry.
not an official.
She's not a practicing politician. She's not a successful politician. Let's see. On Saturday evening, Trump tweeted about the border, saying he would close the U.S. southern border if necessary. Quote, migrants at the southern border will not be allowed into the United States until their claims are individually proved in court. We will only allow those who come into our country legally. Other than that, our very strong policy is catch and detain, no releasing into the U.S. A subsequent tweet read, quote, all will stay in Mexico. If for any reason it becomes necessary, we will close our southern border. There is no way that the United States will, after decades of abuse, put up with this costly and dangerous situation anymore, unquote. In a statement Thursday, Pompeo said that he, Nielsen, and Ebrard had met to, quote, discuss the migrant caravans. Quote, we have affirmed our shared commitment to addressing the current challenge, he said. The caravans will not be permitted to enter the United States. Well, you might want to tell the fence in Tijuana, because they've been sort of like climbing over it lately. Anyway, this is kind of interesting that the new Mexican government is sort of on board.
Well, I saw that coming.
Did you?
Yeah. They've been ever since they got to the border, the Mexican at least the people who are there at the border dealing with them has been pretty much putting out the same sentiments that Trump has been putting out about the caravan since they got there. So it's not a shocker that they're cooperating.
Well, it's also very much the same thing when we saw the NAFTA re-deal. Oh, sorry. Thank you very much, Michael. Good Lord, I finally get to catch a Lords of the Night stream this week. Oh, thank you for the donation. Thanks for watching.
Welcome back, Michael.
But we saw Mexico fold very quick under that because they rely on us a lot more than we rely on them economically. And if you have a president in there who's going, look, this needs taken care of before we're going to work with you, I can see them capitulating, I guess would be the best word I could use.
Well, watching them tear through their borders, like literally smash through their borders and having them there terrorizing their people right now, I don't think they have much of a choice.
Yeah.
So.
Well, in a related tangential story, at least, an undocumented man is arrested after leaving a sanctuary church. His supporters were detained as well.
Were they illegals too?
I don't know. Samuel Olivar Bruno left a sanctuary church in North Carolina to meet immigration officials, fearing he'd never come back. Olivar Bruno had an appointment with immigration officials to provide fingerprints and discuss a petition to delay his deportation. He was accompanied by faith leaders and other supporters Friday for the 13-mile trip to the offices in the Raleigh area. About 20 minutes after he walked into the offices of U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, agents dressed in plain clothes arrested him. Faith leaders and church members quickly formed a human wall around the vehicle, taking him to detention, and would not leave. They locked arms around the agent's unmarked, gold-colored van and prayed for about 2 hours. They sang Amazing Grace and other worship songs. "Let him stay," they yelled. "Let your people go," unquote. Authorities arrested him as part of a quote. Yes.
Let your people go?
That's what the quote says, yes.
Jesus fuck. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm listening.
Authorities arrested him as part of a, quote, targeted enforcement action, unquote, ICE spokesman Brian Cox said. Quote, Mr. Olivar Bruno is a convicted criminal who has received all appropriate legal process under federal law, has no outstanding appeals, and has no legal basis to remain in the U.S., Cox said. The people who accompanied him did not follow orders to disperse, and 27 of them were arrested without incident. Pastor Cleve May. Cleve. C-L-E-V-E. Okay, so we got Hogan, we got Cleve. Okay.
Well, anyway, let me get these real quick from Cryptic. Thank you, Cryptic. Fuck these illegals. They come legally shitbags. And he corrected himself. Illegal is goddamn censored by YouTube. Beautiful. And Pincalo, thank you. All our good politicians, conservatives, keep getting accused of sexual misconduct. As we all know, accusations equate to guilty verdict. Hashtag Blue Wave 2019. That's in Canada. So anyway, what was this dude's name?
Oh, Cleve. C-L-E-V. Cleve May. Cleve. I don't know. It's weird names today. It's not a judgment call. It's just like Hogan and Cleve. Just, I don't know.
Sounds like a judgment thing.
I'm judging the parents. I'm not judging them. That's not their fault. They're named what they're named, you know. So
not your fault. Your parent was an asshole.
Let's see. Quote, it was presented as a legitimate appointment, but ICE utilized due process as bait, May said. So we went to the appointment with him to offer protection, knowing that ICE could not be trusted. We were thinking we would be in and out in 30 minutes. Well, I hate to tell you this, but law enforcement is not required to be honest with criminals.
It's like bitching that you got arrested when you went to report your marijuana was stolen.
Yeah. Or you got busted in a sting operation or something. It's like, oops, you got tricked, but you're still committing a crime. So I don't know what to tell you. The guy rolled the dice when he came here illegally. He had a Damocles sword hanging over his head every second he was here illegally. I don't know what to tell you. You commit a crime as soon as you cross the border. That's it. And people that say, "Oh, he doesn't have a criminal record." Well, not being caught. Not being caught and not having a criminal record don't necessarily mean the same thing. Let's see. Olivar Bruno was born in Veracruz, Mexico, and came into the United States more than 20 years ago to live in Greenville.
But not legally.
Yeah. In 2014, Olivar Bruno was arrested in El Paso, Texas, after he attempted to enter the U.S. using a Texas birth certificate. Oh, so he's not only guilty of illegal entry in the United States, he tried to commit fraud, identity fraud. Great.
Yeah, either through identity theft or fake documents.
Yeah, good job. He later admitted that he was a Mexican national and had paid $1,000 for the document. Olivar Bruno's case has been subject to extensive appeals since then, and apparently he ran out. To avoid deportation, i.e. to avoid the consequences of his crime, he lived at Citywell United Methodist Church in Durham, North Carolina for 11 months. ICE generally avoids arrests at, quote, sensitive locations, such as houses of worship. Yeah, but it's not required by law that they do so. It's just sort of a custom.
Right.
One that the Trump administration has greatly scaled back as compared to Obama. Olivar Bruno fears he'll be deported and leave behind his son and his wife, who suffers from lupus and other medical conditions.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Lupus, sure.
Well, you know what?
Take him with you.
Yeah, if he'd been arrested for robbing a bank, his family would be in the same situation. You commit a crime, you gotta pay the consequences. I don't know what to tell you. I don't understand. Anyway, last year, the Citywell United Methodist Church agreed to take him in, but the building wasn't ready for him. He helped with the renovations, including building a bedroom and a shower. Quote, he helped construct his living quarters. He's remarkable. He's very generous and kind, Pastor Cleve May said.
He should do fine.
Yeah. During his time at the church, he attended classes to learn English as a second language, played guitar, and read during services. Well, yeah, you can... There are a lot of religious guys in prison. I don't know what to tell you. It doesn't really, exonerate you of your crime.
A lot of them find it there.
That's true. With the help of community members, Oliver Bruno, who's an aspiring Baptist minister, well, he can minister in Mexico, continued his studies at Duke University's Divinity School after his class agreed to meet at the church. Wow. A lot of people went to a lot of effort to accommodate this one guy who wasn't supposed to be here in the first place.
Which is fascinating considering how many unfortunate people we have on the streets that nobody gives a fuck about now.
Yeah. Don't bring them up, Satsu. You're just going to bring them down.
Or let's not even talk about the people who go through the legitimate process to become citizens or residents of this country and sometimes go through years of paperwork and hardship and waiting and tests and checks and everything else. Nah, he just cheated, came across the border, tried to fake his way into becoming a citizen through a false document. And just, bend over backwards to help a guy who's a liar and a criminal. Yeah.
But his wife has the lupus.
Shit like this is where statements like "good guys finish last" come from.
You know what? She would have had the lupus whether she was married to him or not. So I don't know what to tell you. Let's see. But the uncertainty and the wait would also get to him. Oh. Quote, as I continued cooped up, sometimes I feel the need to be free. I need to work, do the activities I used to do to afford medicines for my wife and doctor's appointments, he said in a video. I need to work to support my wife and my son. Well,
they have jobs in Mexico.
Yeah. Let's see. Congressman extremely alarmed by arrest. His arrest means others who've sought sanctuary at other churches are not safe either, advocates said. Well, they've never been, quote unquote, safe. It's been a matter of courtesy for the most part. There's no law that says thou shalt not arrest someone who is sitting in a church or a library or something.
It's so funny because, obviously, they're painting this story a certain way. They're painting it in a way that, sympathizer will look at it and be like, wow, that really sucks. But I'm translating it just like I'm hearing about any other criminal. So dude on the run for murder, hitting the church. And he's super sad because he got caught in a place of worship and he didn't feel safe there. And now he's, other criminals who hide away there aren't going to feel safe either. And I'm just I'm missing the somber tone here. I'm missing the where I'm supposed to feel bad for this dude.
Oh, well, now here's the capper, and I'll end after this. Congressman David Price and G.K. Butterfield, I guess they're both congressmen, said they are, quote, extremely alarmed by the detention and accused the immigration agencies of coordinating the arrest. Quote, hold on. It appears ICE has acted in concert with officials at USCIS who instructed Mr. Oliver Bruno to appear at local USCIS offices to discuss his deferred deportation. At best, Mr. Oliver Bruno was presented with a catch-22 dilemma. At worst, he was entrapped, they added.
That's not entrapment.
That is not entrapment. And your two congressmen, are you coming from the Ocasio-Cortez school of legislative understanding? I don't know what to tell you. Okay. Anyway, so there's that. Exciting. And my last story, also slightly related, comes from the New York Times.
Oh.
Another take on the term Latinx.
Oh, boy.
Other than the fact that it's horrifically disrespectful to the Spanish speakers?
And pisses actual Latinos off.
So the where was it? Let me find it real quick. The tagline in the tweet that I found for this, where'd it go? There it is. So the tagline in the tweet that caught my eye was, and this is from the New York Times, we use the word Latinx. Some of our readers balked. Here's what linguists had to say.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so I can't wait for this.
Hand-picked linguists that we told to say exactly what we wanted them to.
Yeah. The subheading to this is, well, I guess, this is a section, I guess, or maybe a regular column called L E-space or E-space. So I guess this is about Latino stuff. I don't know. This week in L E-space, gender bending, big news for bookworms and more.
Sorry, Cryptic, thank you. X Lax next. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. L E-space or S-space, or space, I don't know how to say this, is a column dedicated to news and culture relevant to Latinx communities. Expect politics, arts, analysis, personal essays, and more. It'll be in Spanish and English, so you can forward it to your tia, your primo Lalo, or anyone else. Okay. And this is by Concepcion de Leon. The paradox of working in media is that even as your mind expands, your world also shrinks a bit. Because of my job, I read a lot of news. Hey, I do too. Then you go on Twitter to read people's hot takes, then listen to podcasts, just to round out the picture. It's extra for sure. Extra what?
Extra. No, extra is just a... You know what that means, right, Scribe?
No.
Okay.
It's extra for sure. Is that new slang that I'm just not aware of?
That is a short way of saying you're doing too much.
Oh, you have to listen to podcasts. Anyway, but while there's no question that my understanding of topics like foreign relations, economics, and the president's taxes, to name a few, has gone from 0 to at least 80 in the last few years, the overexposure has also distorted my perception about what, quote, everyone, unquote, knows. Fortunately, our readers keep me accountable. In my last column, for example, I used the word Latinx as a broader term for the Latino community to some people's perplexity. All right, well, the Latino is the broad term.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, God. Here's... All right. Continuing. Latinx meant to be a more feminist, inclusive term that also considers transgender folks or those who don't identify with the gender binary has started to hold on. Let me finish, monkey. Jeez.
Hey, but no.
Rein in your lip for a minute there.
I'm trying, but that's just a no.
I'm trying to learn something here, monkey. You can't stop education. Or for those who don't identify with the gender binary, has started to pop up. Pop up needs a hyphen, just so you know. Pop up more frequently in recent years. So many explainers. Okay. So many explainers and articles and videos have been created about why it should or should not be used. So, do you mean so many as in the number of them, or so, comma, many? My God. All right. The phrase is widely adopted on college campuses and by activists, and in September, Merriam-Webster added it to the dictionary. But many are still critical of the word, and they expressed as much on our Facebook comments. In part, it's a linguistic issue.
Oh.
Hold on. Latinx just doesn't translate to Spanish, some argued.
It doesn't.
A commenter from Ohio wrote that if you're a Spanish speaker, quote, the term Latinx reads like 1,000 nails in 1,000 blackboards. Some readers in Latin America said it was an Anglicization, that wasn't relevant to their home countries. Another implied that the term is elitist, writing that the word Latinx, quote, ostracizes all the speakers of Spanish who don't have wealth or time to pontificate the oppression of a language, which at its very root genders everything, unquote. It's true. If you guys know how Spanish is structured, there are male words and female words, and there's male ways of pronouncing something depending on how you're referring to it, and there's female ways of referring to it. But apparently, we got to have something that doesn't make any sense up at the top.
I have a couple of super chats. Let me grab these real quick. Thank you, Cryptic. What do you call 2,000 mockingbirds? 2 kilo mockingbirds.
Oh,
and thank you, Terry. Latinx doesn't make any sense, but that's exactly the point.
Yeah. In a very official poll on my Facebook page.
He's trying to be funny.
Okay. In a very official poll on my Facebook page, some friends and family said that they'd never even heard of it. So, should it be used at all? Well, I know the answer. I know what my answer would be, but what are the linguists' answers? Kim Potowski, a professor at the University of Illinois who specializes in Spanish linguistics, tried to employ inclusive language in a forthcoming Spanish grammar book, but replacing the masculine O throughout overwhelmed her and her co-writer Naomi L. Shin. Quote, "It came to a point where we said, you know what, we're not ready," she said. "Maybe in the 4th or 5th edition of the book," she added, "we will have those X's in there." Quote, "There's absolutely no consensus among linguists," said Dr. Potowski. Another scholar, Lourdes Torres, a professor of Latino studies at DePaul University in Chicago, argues that the word Latinx undermines hard-fought feminist battles. Quote, "In its attempt to be gender inclusive," she said, "one can argue that it's gender erasing of women who have fought for a long time not to just have Latino, but to have Latino, Latina, to make sure women are represented." But they do agree that language evolves with the culture. This was not... Okay, did Mexican or Spanish culture create this word?
Nope.
No. No, it was made up by oversensitive people, and it was not an evolution of the language itself. It was someone trying to impose a notion onto a culture and onto a language.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because it goes in with this super chat. Thank you, Dark Alile. 2 things. Latinx is cultural appropriation and colonial. Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Latinx came about because of the idea that you can't have gendered language.
Yeah, because it's exclusive.
Yes. How dare it be Latino? Yeah.
Let's see. Quote, "As social factors change, sometimes the language has to change," said Dr. Torres. "The people who use the language are the ones who determine what it is. And most of them don't like this word. So why the fuck do you guys keep pushing it?"
Yeah, that blows me away. The people who use the language determine what it is. And by the people, we mean 1% of the population. The tiny small percent that says it needs to be this way. They get to determine.
She and Dr. Potowski both gave words like presidenta or jefa as examples. Neither existed until women entered the workforce and took on those roles.
That's not the same thing.
I know, yeah. So please tell me what shift in cultural whatever made Latinx come up out of Spanish or Mexican culture. Ed Morales, a Columbia University professor who wrote, quote, "Latinx, the new force in American politics and culture," agrees. Well, really? The guy who wrote the book using that word, he agrees with that notion? In a recent conversation, he said that the X, which is so strange and is not Spanish, sort of marks this new hybrid idea, unquote. Okay. The title of his book, similarly, was meant to be forward-looking. Quote, "I thought it was a futurist term," he said, "imagining a future of more inclusion for people that don't conform to the various kinds of rigid identities that exist in the United States." The rigid identities of the language. You're trying to do away with an entire language, for fuck's sake. This doesn't go on for much longer, but it goes on for another page or so. I think I've made the point.
Can you imagine, like, Latina people that were born in America, or just people coming from America, going to actual Spanish-speaking countries and lecturing them on not to use that word because this is the new word to use and it's appropriate?
Because we've deemed it such.
That is fascinating to me.
You got a super chat.
Thank you, Dark Shade. Latinx makes me think of TV executives trying to make that next cool word for their ad campaign. Inorganic societal shifts never work. Good night, baby. Love you.
I love you too, Monkey.
They do sometimes work, and that's that. This, you mark my words on it, guys, that you'll see pushback on this right now, but it won't last forever.
Yeah,
I've seen it happen too many times.
It sounds like a Spanish laxative.
I still say it sounds like Spanish Kleenex.
Well, anyway, those are all the stories I had. Even the last one wasn't so much a story; it was a op-ed, but still, I just it made my brain go oh as soon as I read the headlines. So
nice.
Yeah.
Satsu, do you have any stories?
No, I didn't really see anything noteworthy today.
Mine will be part of Fucketry and the title of the stream. So let's move on to MSS News. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a story you'd like us to read over on MSS News, it's up at the hashtag MSS News on the Twitter machine. Any articles you think we should read that we haven't already, throw them in there, and we'll do our best to take a look at them and read them if we have time, which we usually don't have time for all of them, but that is a wonderful problem to have. Thank you, Dragon Mage. Is messing with English not enough? No, it's not, because Spanish speakers are becoming a huge part of the population, and you got to make sure we beat them down with our big flappy badge lips of the United States these days.
Monkey is totally on fleek.
Just saying.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this one comes from senior staff reporter and chief Florida correspondent Colleen Bernier. I don't want to pay for your fucking thing. No, go away. Man pulled a bag of cocaine from his penis during strip search in police station.
How did he get it in there?
Well, I'll give you at least one guess.
Shoehorn.
No. A man who laughed at police when they found no drugs in his pockets was later found to be hiding a bag of cocaine in his penis. James Mason told the officers, "Ha ha, told you I had fuck all on us, you mugs." Sorry, told you I fuck all on us, you mugs. Okay. When they searched him after disturbance at a student accommodation block. But the 21-year-old was taken away to the police station anyway for being drunk and disorderly after one too many swear words. On the way to Forth Banks, is this? Oh, this is UK. Okay. On the way to Forth Banks, the officers noticed that Mason was fiddling with his sock and put his hand down his trousers. He was then strip searched at the station, where he pulled a bag of white powder from his penis. He hid it in his foreskin.
Oh, okay. I thought with like down the urethra.
No, he had his own natural pocket.
Gotcha. Yet another reason to circumcise, y'all.
Yeah, prevent those criminals from hiding cocaine in there. Okay, this one comes from Frosted Glass. It might be more of a deep topic kind of thing. It's an everyday feminism article.
Oh, all right.
6 tips for making your conversations about reproductive rights more trans inclusive.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, Frost. I'm gonna skip over that one. That's a bit of a longer think there. This one comes from Massive Dynamics, and this is from the Clover Chronicle. See, whenever I read a news site that I've never heard of before, I always get twitchy. Is this a satire site? So I always warn with a grain of salt on these things. Online sex workers are scrambling to cover their tracks. Oh, this is. Oh,
you know what? You can actually. Let's go ahead and do it right now.
Oh, I thought you wanted to save this for Fucketry.
No,
okay.
We can go over some of the things we'll do Fucketry, but yeah.
All right. Online sex workers are scrambling to cover their tracks after being mass reported to the IRS for not paying taxes. Women who reportedly use social media apps like Snapchat to make money by selling quote-unquote services such as nude pictures of themselves, private video sessions, used garments, and more are being targeted by a group of people who apparently disagree with their unethical and hypocritical behavior. Sorry?
I'm sorry. There's 2 super chat. I want to get them there about the last story before we get too far away. What's the correct number of swear words one can use? You'd have to ask the UK. And Cryptic says you could say he had it under the fold. I see what you did there. I'm sorry. The Thots, what are they doing now?
Deemed the Thot Crusade, most involved in the mass reporting believe these particular women who actively avoid paying taxes also virtue signal about socialist, communist, and Marxist ideologies, including free healthcare and education for all. Funnily enough, a system such as the one they advocate for would definitely require its citizens to consistently pay their taxes. Additionally, some of these sex workers have been seen flaunting the wealth they've made online in Instagram pictures, including newly purchased vehicles, clothing, and jewelry. Here are some screenshots from the crusade. I'll leave those for fucketry time so Ranting Monkey can read some of those. So there's a lot of screenshots. Oh, that was the end of the story.
Yeah, that's the end of that story.
Okay, so yeah, so Monkey will read the some of the epic tales that have come out over the last day.
I do want to comment on something that's said there, because I saw this in a few of the arguments in what has become hashtag Thot Audit, which I think is the greatest thing ever.
That's hilarious.
A couple of people have tried to make this about politics, and for the dude who started all this, this is not a political thing. There was a video a while back of this dude, I forget his name, losing his shit on Twitch, and he ended up getting banned over it. And V Roosh, is that how you say his name? Roosh V, that's it. Tweeted out a small part of that guy again today, which made me remember his rant. He's the guy who started all this, and it's not political. It's not. It's you bitches are taking money. You're infiltrating our nerd space. You're taking money from those of us who you would ignore any other time. You're taking our donations, blah 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 blah. But I saw several people like, don't do this because it's going to make people like Lauren Southern have to pay taxes, and she's one of the good ones. I don't think he would care. I actually think this guy, I don't know for sure, but given what I know about him, I don't think he'd be too keen on her either. Because if Lauren Southern looked like Michael Moore, nobody would be saying, don't let that good woman not have to pay taxes. She's as popular as she is. Sorry, guys, because she's a cutie and has nice perky tits. Terry Diamandis, thank you. These poor women have been found guilty of thought crimes. Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah, but eventually.
Eventually, soon.
All right. Moving on a bit. Let's see. Frosted Glass sent us the story also on Mexican authorities coming to a deal with the U.S. This one comes from the original Shroom. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio came after your guns. Now he's coming after your private property. Okay. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio is known for being a gun control zealot. He's done everything in his power to make gun ownership as minimal as possible, but now he's taking aim at private property. During an interview with New York Magazine, de Blasio said something rather scary, that the government should control property, meaning the average American shouldn't have a right to own buildings or homes. And here's the excerpt. The interviewer asks, in 2013, you ran on reducing income inequality. Where has it been hardest to make progress? Wages, housing, schools? And here's his answer. What's been hardest is the way our legal system is structured to favor private property. I think people all over the city of every background would like to have the city government be able to determine which building goes where, how high it will be, who gets to live in it, what the rent will be. I think there's a socialistic impulse, which I hear every day in every kind of community, that they would like things to be planned in accordance to their needs. And I would too. Unfortunately, what stands in the way of that is hundreds of years of history that have elevated property rights and wealth to the point that that's the reality that calls the tune on a lot of development. Calls the tune. Okay.
I'm sorry. Is he suggesting that if only they could tell everybody where they had to live, they'd be okay with it?
Well, I'll skip down to the next emphasized quote here. Look, if I had my druthers, the city government would determine every single plot of land, how development would proceed, and there would be very stringent requirements around income levels and rents. That's a word I'd love to see. And that's a world I'd love to see. And I think that we have, in this city at least, the way this guy speaks is hard to read. That's a world I'd love to see. And I think that we have, in this city at least, are people who would love to have the New Deal back on one level. They'd love to have a very, very powerful government, including a federal government, involved in directly addressing their day-to-day reality, unquote.
Oh, dear Lord. Real quick, I have a donation over on the Streamlabs. Thank you, the UFO answer. What's the point of being a legal permanent resident when the president encourages and gives diplomatic support in the murder and chopping up of the body? Oh, I'm guessing. Oh, yeah, this is from 20 minutes or so ago. Did he gave diplomatic support and encouraged murder? I think you're being a little facetious there. Anyway, de Blasio, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about.
Well, is he planning on running for president? I forget.
I don't know.
Yeah. This one comes from Jack. Oh, sorry, senior staff reporter Jack the motherfucking Cockring. I always forget that word. Aladdin and Shrek writer Terry Rossio compares using anti-vax to the N-word.
What?
In a post to his Twitter account, Oscar-nominated screenwriter Terry Rossio compared people's use of the term anti-vax to the N-word. Anti-vax is a reference to people who do not support the use of vaccines in children because they believe it makes children ill. Rossio, who has written animated movies like Shrek and Aladdin, as well as live-action films in the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, wrote out the complete N-word in his tweet. Uh-oh.
N-word! I love the N-word. Oh, wait. Am I live? Are we on?
You are on. Shh. He's reading a story.
Christ, I thought that was a soundboard or something.
No, I'm sorry. What's up? How you guys doing? Sorry, read your story, Scribe. I apologize.
Okay, without even needing to ask the question, Gutenberg is currently toasted out of his mind, just so you know.
No, actually, I'm not, but go ahead.
He's not. He's being an ass is what he's doing.
I can hear it in your voice. You're slurring just a bit.
You're actually right. I lied to Monkey a little bit, but I'm going to behave myself.
Motherfucker.
I'm going to behave myself. I swear to God.
The first thing you do, I love the N-word. Like, oh, my God. All right.
No, I'm going to behave. Go ahead.
All right.
How you doing?
What's up, man?
What's up, my brother?
All right, so the post reads, "My heart goes out to all the parents of vaccine-damaged children who have to not only endure the sadness of their loss, but also the vitriol of ill-informed and insensitive people, such as those here." I guess he meant on Twitter. "Anti-vax is equivalent to calling someone an N-word, and that makes as little sense," unquote.
Really? Really?
As someone who has dropped a lot of M-bombs, that is not even close.
Cluse? Yeah, you're right. It's not even Cluse. You're right. It's not even
I said Cluse.
Yeah, you said Cluse.
You did say Cluse.
I know what I said.
Thank you, Dark Shade. Annoying Orange Gutenberg. He's not orange. Are you orange?
I'm not. I'm far from orange, bro. What are you talking about?
Unless he's
whiter
covered
than me.
in dust or something.
I am pretty white. I'm like pasty, but I have black hair. It's really weird. It's really weird.
I don't get the guy's point how it even comes close.
Because it doesn't.
Because you're insulting people who are victims, I guess, by using a word and denigrating their being or something. I don't know. I don't claim to understand it. I'm trying to come up with an analogy, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I know we've seen that a lot. You had the person, saying midget's just as bad as saying the N-word, and they actually said the N-word. At least in that, I can see, you were born this way and somebody's just insulting you using a derogatory word towards you. If you're an anti-vaxxer, this is a decision you've made based on listening to really stupid shit. And it's not insulting to say that you're an anti-vaxxer when you're literally a fucking anti-vaxxer.
All right, I'm going to do one more here.
Well, hold on. But before you move on, how many of us are old enough to remember the old school Archie Bunker? All in the Family.
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
I have.
I saw reruns. I didn't watch it live or nothing. But
Well, I didn't watch it live either because that was like, what, 74?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it was very, very early on. But do you think these kids could survive with like an Archie Bunker character, even though he was portrayed as a lovable villain?
No,
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 of course not.
unless it's on like Showtime and it's written by some comedian who gets away with that kind of stuff. Like if Chris Rock wrote a comedy where you had an Archie Bunker like character, you could probably get away with it. And if it was on paid cable or something, I think so.
All right.
I'm not sure. I think he would be charged with perpetuating a character that normalizes and stuff. We saw that with Cartman, for fuck's sake. Cartman normalizes anti-Jewishness.
Yeah. But
what if it was Dave Chappelle? I think Dave Chappelle could get away with it.
Maybe.
Well, Dave Chappelle would get away with it because he wouldn't apologize or give a fuck.
Exactly. Yeah.
That is also true. Yeah, that's true.
But that's what they did back in the 70s. They didn't apologize and shit moved forward.
Exactly.
Like everybody understand who the villain was, and Archie Bunker was the villain. It's
not
like
always. And that's the
he-
part
he
that would cause the
was.
problem. No, he was when it came to racist stuff. Absolutely, he was.
Yeah.
But when it came to a lot of politics, especially explaining stuff to Meathead, there was a lot of the country going, yes.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that they would say. If you made him a strict villain, he was just a pure bad racist, then I think you could probably get away with it.
And
right,
was-
but
yeah.
there were
that was-
episodes. I'm sorry, Scribe, to cut you off, but there was an episode. I don't know if you remember because I've watched a lot of fucking All in the Family, where he accidentally got inducted into the KKK of the New York,
Mhm. Yeah.
and he ended up going against them. He's like, "What are you talking about? Why are we burning crosses? This is dumb." And they literally wrote it into the script that like the racism that the KKK put forward was stupid. He didn't understand it. Like to him, everything about the racism shit was like kind of passed down, and it was like nuanced as just the other, not so much that you need to hate someone because of their color of their skin, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, and I'm sure there are other people out there who've done far more academic analysis of All in the Family than this. But I mean, for all intents and purposes, Archie Bunker was a villain, but he was also sort of a cultural bridge character in the evolution of, American culture and society when it came to race relations. He represented sort of like the pre-civil rights era, having to come to terms with a changing world.
Right.
And as a sounding board for issues that were prevalent at that time, he made a perfect foil for it. And that was the whole point of the character. I mean, he was a villain in a way, but he was also sort of an artifact of how, thinking was having to change as the world changed. And so, yeah.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
I agree with that completely. Judge Death in the chat says Archie Bunker was a bigot, not a racist. And I agree. I'm sorry, I'm slurring my words. Archie Bunker was a bigot and not a racist. And I agree with that because as someone that's mildly bigoted as myself, I would agree with that. Mildly bigoted. I'm like 5 steps below Archie Bunker. But I like to throw out the N-word when I'm driving and shit. You know what I mean? Come on. Who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
Let me get this last story in, and then I will take a backseat because this is a funny story.
Okay, what do we got?
We got this one comes from the leathery old bastard. And if this is literally true, then it is both punny and funny. Man suspected of money laundering after $400,000 in cash was found in his washing machine.
Yeah, that's it.
The term money laundering was never more appropriate than this week when Dutch police found over $400,000 stuffed inside the drum of a washing machine. A man present in the house during Monday's raid was arrested on suspicion of, yes, you've guessed it, money laundering. Is that why you've used it twice now in the story before I even got to that sentence? Authorities were checking for unregistered residents in Western Amsterdam when they found the load. Quote, the municipal administration revealed that no one lived at the address, the police told CNN. When the police did a search through the house, they found 350,000 euros hidden in the washing machine. The police also confiscated several mobile phones, a firearm, and a money counting machine during the raid. The suspect, who is 24 years old, has not been named.
How old was he?
24.
400,000 euros?
Well, 350,000 euros, $400,000 equivalent.
That's a lot of money for, okay.
Yeah, I'm really curious what this industrious young man was doing to get up to
He's a Twitch thought.
He did Twitch Thought.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm done.
On Twitch.
I'm done.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for the submissions to MSS News. We didn't get to them all because that's what happens here. But we appreciate them all. And thank you so much for the not donations, submissions. That's the word. I always fuck that up.
You do.
But now you would think I would get it right.
No, I don't. I don't think you'd get it right.
And with that, guys, we're going to move on to the YouTube tape. I caught that. I did. I'm just ignoring it.
I know.
We're going to move on to the YouTube time. And Satsu, what have you done on YouTube?
What have I done on YouTube? Not a damn thing.
The end.
Well done. Gutenberg.
Man, I don't do shit on YouTube. You know that.
This is true.
I tapped out a long time ago, man. Since they took away my AdSense revenue, I'm done.
What happened to you jumping on streams, man? You used to do that quite a bit.
Oh, dude, I've been in Philadelphia all weekend at my family's, and I've just been hanging out ever since.
You there for Thanksgiving?
I just got home about 6-7 hours ago.
Oh, how was the family?
Oh, fun. It was great to go back to the old neighborhood and see it's
Hey dude, there's a microphone there. You don't have to yell.
Huh?
I said there's a microphone right there. You don't have to yell.
Yeah. How's my levels? Am I all right?
Your levels are fine, but you're screaming into the mic.
He has no filter, monkey. He has no.
I know. I'm trying to help him out here.
I have no filter. Let's go.
There you go. Just normal talk. There you go.
All right, I talk like this. Okay. I thought Google Hangout would autocorrect, but whatever.
Autocorrect.
It does. It used to fucking adjust the levels. You guys don't remember that? It doesn't do that anymore, evidently.
Well, it kind of does. It'll bring somebody up who's really low or lower them a little bit, but not if you're yelling into your mic.
All right, I ain't gonna lie. I'm completely fucking destroyed right now.
I
can't believe you. I lied to Monkey in DMs. I lied to you. I apologize.
Yeah, you did.
I just wanted to get on here and yell about these fucking Twitch thoughts, dude. That's why I thought the stream.
Okay, you hold that thought because we will get to the
hold that thought.
Right.
We will get to the thoughts.
They're finally getting their fucking due. These whores are taking over everything. Why can't they have their own? They have like what? Cam.me.
Hang on.
They got myfreecams.com.
Hang on. We'll get to that in a minute. We got one more segment to do, and then we'll rip right into the Twitch thoughts. Okay.
Sorry.
You're fine. For my internet stuff, what I do? I was on. We did our game stream last night, which was great. What?
Sorry.
I'm going to mute you and kick you.
No.
We actually ran long on the game stream last night. You guys come watch us on 2 Cents Plus. It is such a good time. This new version of 7 Days to Die, and we gave away a copy of the game last night. It was great, and we wrapped it up. And I told Satsu, I'm like, I'm tired, and I thought, if I don't do a monkey in the morning now, I will not do one because I will. If I fall asleep, I'll sleep right through. And so I ended up going until almost 10 this morning. Scribe?
Yes.
I know you did stuff on the YouTube.
I did. So I did my first full TEDx review. It's been a while. I think I did a partial one last time. So this long video turned out to be like 37 minutes. It had been like 38 minutes. But what happened was, so I made this video this morning. It took me a long time, a couple hours. And it took me a long time to render. It took me a long time to upload. Finally got it posted. I was like, hey, everybody, here's my new video. And it was immediately copyright struck by NBC.
Nice.
There was a point at which the speaker in the video sort of rhetorically asked the audience, what do you think of when you think of white privilege? And so I cut to a classic skit from Saturday Night Live with Eddie Murphy dressed up as a white person. Going around to different places and having a white experience.
Why are you paying for this newspaper?
That was exactly the part that I pulled out, that part where he goes up, he tries to pay for the newspaper, and the guy's like, hey, what are you doing? He's like, I'm paying for this newspaper. No, it's all right. There's nobody around. Just take it.
Just take it.
Just take it. And then he's like carefully walks outside, and then he comes back over the narration and says, apparently, when no one's looking, white people just give each other things for free. And
it's true.
That was it.
It's true.
It was like a 30-second clip, something like that. And that was it. And I reduced the size. I made sure it wasn't an exact copy of the original thing, so it wasn't like it was, Anyway, it didn't matter. I guess maybe the audio was enough to just tick off the algorithm. So I was immediately blocked and got a copyright strike. So I deleted the video. Thankfully, I hadn't gotten rid of my, files for constructing the video, and I re-edited it, took out the piece, inserted a new piece of audio explaining why there wasn't a joke there, and had to explain the joke, which I felt really angry about. Re-rendered, re-uploaded, reposted. So I spend an extra hour and a half, 2 hours making a video that I really shouldn't have had to do. But it's up there. And so, yeah, now you have I forget who it was, but somebody said, I hope you post a video soon because I've got a 7-hour drive I need something to listen to. And well, you got 37 minutes worth of it. Let's have something to listen to. So,
no offense, but who can listen to 7 hours of Scribe? Oh my God.
I know, right? I mean, I've got 400 videos on there, so you could conceivably do it.
Thank you, Gregory Hurst. Drunk Goot is the mad as hell guy from Network.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Fuck yeah.
Anyway, that's what I did.
Think that was a compliment.
I don't think I'll be.
I took it as one. I don't care.
I'm going to take a break from video making for a few days at least while I.
7 hours of Scribe, and I'm trying to get through an hour of Gutenberg.
Oh! Hey, I'm trying not to drop M-bombs here, but you're making it really hard.
Do not make me mute you.
I'm just kidding.
I know you are. Now, Gutenberg.
Yes, sir.
We're getting close. But before we get to the actual Thotitry, we got to do something else first, okay?
Fucking boys, dude, I'm telling you.
Okay, you just relax for a minute. It is fucketry time, guys, and if you have some, you might want to get it out fast. So, Scribe, Satsu, you guys got any fucketry for today?
No, I'm fine.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so Gutenberg.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about the Thot audit?
Oh, let me start right here. Let me start right here. These fucking whores invading every platform on the internet with their fucking tits out, right? They don't give a fuck about whatever fucking platform they're joining. They don't care about the core constituency that is already on that platform. They just want to show their tits and get the fucking shekels, and it's annoying. We've talked, Monkey, you and I have talked about this quite a few times, have we not?
We did, yeah. We discussed it a lot with the
and you seem to have no problem with these fucking whores.
I don't.
Aspect of the communities.
No, look, here I'll tell you straight out, and I mean this for the whole Thot audit too. If they're paying their taxes, I do not care how they're making their money.
I don't either. I don't care.
So I don't. The guy who threw his fit about I'm coming for the reckoning or blah, whatever gay shit he said. Hang on,
gamers rise up.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Boys.
Look. If these women are showing off their titties on Twitch and they're paying their taxes for it, let them keep showing their fucking titties. I don't have a problem with that. What I think is funny about this whole audit thing is so many of them are like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Look, bitch, calm down. All you got to do, pay your taxes. You can still raise money selling pictures of your overused cooch.
Right. And a lot of these fucking whores are not even cute. That's what blows my mind away. Listen, when these fucking women invaded.
Would it be better if they were?
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit better. I mean, you know what I mean? The uglier they are, the less sympathy I have. It's me. I'm a flawed human being. I don't know. However, when you invade a platform like Twitch where it's game-based and you play fucking a gameplay in the background and it's not even you playing, and a lot of these fucking titty streamers have been busted for it, I think it's just degeneracy, and it fucking ruins everything that these gamers are trying to fucking build, right? Because all they're born with this fucking aspect of they're born with these fucking titties, okay? And these young fucking kids are like, oh, I like fucking titties, so they tune into the titties. Let alone the fact that
wait, calm down. Hey, let me ask you a question.
Fucking kids put in hours to
but hang on.
Sorry.
No, I have a serious question for you here.
Sure.
Do you think if Twitch titty streamers didn't exist, that dude who was screaming about Twitch titty streamers taking away money from Twitch streamers, do you think the guys who watch titty streamers would have been watching him instead?
Maybe not. But these fools already have their own platform.
Maybe not.
They have 1 million webcam.
Okay, you gotta stop screaming.
But-
Gotta stop screaming.
I'm sorry, but they can't compete in their own market. So what are they doing? They're going out to these fucking other smaller not smaller. They're going out to these other
Aren't you a
platforms with niche
capitalist?
communities. Very much so. But
Then
I
what's
do
wrong with
not listen. Do you like furries?
No,
Do you like history documentaries?
sometimes.
Now imagine if some of these furry motherfuckers somehow weaseled their way onto the History Channel within their furry costumes narrating like fucking Attenborough.
So
Right? Would you have a problem with that?
no, I just wouldn't watch that episode. I'd watch the ones I liked.
And
Okay,
you wouldn't
here's
complain about it one bit. You were
Yes,
David
you're definitely
Attenborough
gonna have
fan
to interrupt
for
if
many
you want
years.
to talk.
Sorry.
Here's my graceful response to this whole situation.
Sure.
I support their right to do it. They can do it. That's fine. I still don't like it, and it still pisses me off like it does Gutenberg.
Thank you.
I'm not saying that they can't or that, somebody should stop them from doing it. It still pisses me off that they do it, though.
Oh, we should probably explain this because what happened today, and actually I think it started yesterday, is important to the discussion too. This one dude who ended up getting kicked off Twitch for a rant about Twitch streamers has Twitch titty streamers has started reporting these women to the IRS.
That's right. That's right.
And a lot of them are freaking out. There's a couple of them going, this is no big deal. I'm thinking, you must pay your taxes. But there's a lot of them who Scribe read the article earlier. They've started closing down everything. By the way, if they've already told on you, it's too late, sweetie.
Brittany Venney.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's got a big tax bill coming. She got like 30K in one goddamn donation one time.
Monkey,
It was 20K.
Didn't you comment on that post to that chick who was like, if you don't make X amount of money, you don't have to pay taxes anyway. And if you get anything through PayPal, that doesn't count and shit.
Over 400 a year. 400 a year you have to claim as an independent business owner.
Well, there's a lot of bad information coming out from the other side. One is that don't worry, they can't even report you without your social security number, which is not true. The only thing the IRS needs to track you down is to know where that payment went.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever your name is that it's coming into that site, all they got to do is go to that site and go, we need this person's information.
It's the IRS. They're not going to fuck around.
Well, their thing is that there's this form you can fill out because, by the way, if you turn somebody in for tax fraud and they're found guilty and stuff, you can get up to 30% of their penalty as a reward for doing so.
Fuck yeah.
And there's people going, well, don't worry. The tax form, I think it's 3959 or something like that. The reporting form's like, well, they have to have your social security number. No, you don't. It actually says right on there, fill out all the things you know. And you don't. But anyway, so I tried explaining that to a couple of these Twitch Thots they're dumb, guys. They are. The ones I interacted with today are dumb.
Of course they're dumb. They got their tits out. That's the only way they can get paid.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but I think that's a legitimate way to get paid. Anyway,
sure.
The other one going around is, if you don't make at least $20,000 a year, you don't have to pay taxes. Yes and no. If you make less than $20,000 a year, depending on the deductions you can take, standard deductions vary depending on your circumstance. Then you may not have to pay. You still have to report your income.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was still one more woman who's like, you don't have to report tips. I'm like, yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
You absolutely do. And guys, if you are this is something you need to pay attention to. If you're a YouTuber, pay attention to what's going on right now. If you've made money on YouTube, you have to report that shit.
Well, to be fair, the YouTube, we get a W-2 from it, and we just
even getting a W-2. I mean, these guys don't necessarily. I mean, just because you get a W-2 doesn't mean you have to put it on your taxes.
That's true, but we're contracted by YouTube in a way, though.
Yes, we sign an agreement, and
that's a little bit different from like a Patreon or a PayPal.
Yeah.
Except Patreon, I'm sure you do too. Most of these, you have to give me either your tax ID or your social security number.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
I report everything I make. Everything I make that's not just like, you know, a gift or something or whatever. I mean, if it's below $10,000, you don't have to report it anyway. But anything that I make through YouTube, job, anything, I report it. I pay my taxes. If there's, you know, if nothing else, I make sure that I cover my basis and what I owe.
Fucking right.
The thing I've tried to explain to these people more than anything else, do not get your tax advice from a thought on the internet. Go to a fucking tax professional.
Yeah. You know, or just look it up yourself, because honestly, as complicated as it is, everything you need to know is available publicly because the government wants you to pay your taxes, amazingly enough.
Well, there's one woman going around, you know, if it's a gift from your family, you don't have to claim that. Well, yes, you do. There's certain amounts that your family can give you before it becomes a taxable amount.
Yes, I think it's under $10,000. You're okay, but other than that, yeah.
May I address a comment in chat here?
If you stop yelling.
Sure. Okay. Festering wound in the chat says, at Gutenberg, if you had sexy tits, would you show them for money? Listen.
Yes, he would.
There is a platform and a place for it. It's not on Twitch when you pretend to play games and enter a fucking community to take advantage of little beta fucking boys with their fucking mom's credit card. That's it. That's it. There's myfreecams.com. You don't want to compete with those fucking broads over there. And that's the fucking thing. You're invading these fucking communities with these fucking lonely teenage boys and taking advantage of them. And that's exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This argument to me is very similar to the loot crate argument that's been going on. Like a lot of people really hate loot crates in video games. They think it's gambling. They think it's horrible. They think it ruins the overall gaming experience. But still, you got a whole bunch of people who are participating in it, who are perpetuating its existence, and you know, giving these people incentive to do it. But it may not be illegal. You know, it may be the new thing to do and where gaming is going. But I don't have to like it. And people are saying, well, I mean, you get mad, but it's helping the game. I'm like, yeah, well, it's still predatory and it's fucked up, regardless. It's like, I don't have to like it.
I agree with that. I'm sorry.
I got a super chat. Thank you, Snubber. I'm pro sex work, but they have had, as a majority, gotten too into peasant bashing. Calling a whole community or a whole collective incels reaffirms that point. However, thought patrollers generally want porn illegal as well. I don't think that's true. There may be some, if you're talking about especially female thought patrollers, but like everyone that I've run into either wants them absolutely kicked off the platform for the reasons that Gutenberg and Satsu have mentioned, or they agree with Gutenberg and Satsu, where it's like, look, I don't think they should be kicked off, but I still think they're garbage for what they do. Is that a decent enough way to?
I think
your thoughts.
If they're blatantly using their physical assets in a Twitch platform, which is mainly for gaming, I believe they should be kicked off. But if you want to wear low cut,
I have a question.
Play Call of Duty and you're good at it, or even if you're bad at it, I don't give a fuck. But there are a lot of fucking these Twitch fucking broads, these fucking flues bags out here that will just get off camera while they're playing a game and like bend over and start stretching and shit.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
come on. You know what you're doing at that point. And there are a lot of these fucking whores.
I need to ask you a serious question.
Sure.
And when I ask this, you got to promise not to yell.
Am I yelling now?
No, you're good right now. Right now you're good. But what I'm going to ask you is going to make you want to yell.
Okay.
Do you feel the same way about people like Lauren Southern?
No. What has Lauren Southern done?
Do you think Lauren Southern would be popular if she looked like Michael Moore?
Well, we can go to a Tim Pool aspect of that. Tim Pool has done basically the same thing as Lauren Southern for the most part, has she not? Lauren Southern's making documentaries. Like
she is now.
What do you mean now? I mean, she wasn't like flues bagging herself out back in the Rebel Media days.
Her little giggle.
She wore dresses. Like, I mean, she wasn't fucking bending over in front of cameras and like pulling her shirt down, showing her cleavage.
She
like
never
she dressed
wore like little
like
cut
nice.
Tops and had her hair in the little pigtails.
I had no problem with that shit. But her message was solid in what she was doing. She was going out and confronting all those fucking feminists in Toronto and Canada, exposing all the fucking liberal biases.
Well, Gutenberg is talking about a specific thing, and I think it directly relates to possibly a conversation about terms and conditions too, because they they say that your descriptions and your tags and everything should be accurate to what you are depicting. But if you have your video is listed for Fortnite, it's set up for Fortnite, it is showing up on a page that shows Fortnite streamers, but you are playing stock gameplay in the background and rubbing your pussy on camera, like you're not actually displaying what it is you say that you're displaying. Yes, you have a little stock footage of you playing Fortnite horribly down in the bottom corner, but that's not why people's there, and that's not why you put the video up.
That's right. That's right.
Do you have a link to that channel, Satsu?
I'm gonna say no for various reasons.
Okay. Look, I don't necessarily disagree with you guys about how they're taking advantage of people that they've moved into, especially when it comes to Twitch. Twitch is for game streaming. That's what it was. So I don't necessarily agree or disagree that they're playing dirty, but
I think the point, I'm sorry, Monkey, but the point, it crosses the line when you start using your physical assets as the point of your fucking stream. When you start like turning around and like bending over on camera, not wearing panties, and do the accidental flash to get that YouTube clip to get people to come to your fucking channel, that's when it's a problem. If you're an attractive female that just wants to play Fortnite and you wear low cut shirts, I have no fucking problem with that whatsoever.
Yeah, even if you were half naked, as long as you're actually playing the game, and the game is the fucking main part of the whole thing. Your webcam, whatever you're wearing in your webcam, that's your choice. And if people are there for that reason, that's fine. But as long as you're actually fucking playing the game, then
that's fair. That's fair.
I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it should be a problem.
Monkey, Monkey, I think you need to watch some of these compilation fucking videos on YouTube of these Twitch thoughts. Yeah.
But my problem with it is that I am a capitalist, and I do think, look, if you can get paid for showing off your titties, get paid for showing off your titties. I mean,
right? I understand.
The person who's going to watch a titty streamer is never going to come watch me because they're not interested in what I do. And even when me and Satsu were playing games, they're not interested in what me and Satsu do. They don't give a fuck about that video game. They want to see titties.
Would you have a point of contention about a fucking titty fucking streamer going to say, I don't know, doing a documentary on Pornhub? Wouldn't you be like, bitch, this is not the right spot to be doing a documentary?
That's where I think the market wins. That's why I say I'm for capitalism. It's not for me to say that belongs there or doesn't.
But would you understand if those people on Pornhub were like, what the fuck is this? I came here to jerk off to some fucking trans titties.
Sure,
or whatever the
I
fuck.
get it. I get what you're saying. I understand.
I don't know. That's what came to mind.
I understand. I understand the arguments you and Satsu are both making. I do. And that's why I don't watch these bitches. If I want to see titties, I'm going somewhere where I can see titties. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm going to fucking Pornhub.
It's like if you're going to an opera house to watch opera and all of a sudden like an AC/DC cover band comes out, you can be like, what the fuck is this shit? This is not what I came here for. That's when it's your right to get up and get the hell out of there. I understand that, but once it's not what the platform is for. I'm not saying remove. I actually fuck it. Yeah, remove these fucking whores because they're invading everything. They're horrible. The worst human beings on the planet. I think some of them are very bad, especially the one that was just found out for having sold her underwear. The one who can we copy strike PewDiePie? That bitch. Yeah. She's a disgusting whore, and I have nothing wrong with people, giving her shit for what she does. Yeah, I just think she should still be allowed to do it. Is all I've ever said. I guess I do too, because the backlash that they're getting right now is a direct result of Twitch not taking a hold of the platform. So sure, in a free market sense, I'm with that too. If I own Twitch, these fucking whores would be gone. The other thing I want to address about this whole situation is I keep seeing this as sex workers have been targeted. This isn't sex work. It's not. Sex work is being an actual whore, having the dignity to be an actual whore. This is selling pictures of your pussy online. Stop calling it sex work. You're diminishing what sex work is. I'm for whores. I am pro whore. Just not on fucking platforms that don't belong. One of the guys that I actually argued with earlier was trying to make the point that this is a bad thing because we need to make sex work decriminalized. I'm like, you do realize that if we decriminalize sex work, they'll have to pay taxes.
Oh no!
Yes. And it
I'm-
will be absolutely like there will be no escape at that
There-
point.
Absolutely. There's no listen, I'm a libertarian in that sense. I believe a person can do what with their body what they want to do.
Yeah.
And if you want to whore yourself out, be it a man or a woman or whatever the fuck you are, yeah, absolutely fucking do that. But there's a time and a fucking place. It is not fucking Twitch. So I'm saying.
Now about the actual taxation argument of it. Are we all in agreement that they should be paying taxes on this money?
Fuck yeah. Like everybody else.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't care what you're doing to make it, guys, online. Just make sure you're reporting to Uncle Sam. I saw one person. Well, it's hard to report illegal money. Like Uncle Sam don't care. Al Capone was thrown in jail for tax evasion. The fact that all of that money was gained illegally was beside the point. He didn't pay taxes on it. That's what he went to prison for. Find a creative way to pay it if you have to, but pay your fucking taxes. Yes, Toasted Network. I know some people think taxation is theft. It's not.
Taxation is technically theft, in my opinion. However, taxes are in our society sort of important. For most part, the legal or the local level, I believe.
I don't like how much we have to pay in taxes. I think it's way underdone. It should be kept as minimum as possible. But it's not theft when it's a law.
Jack Gunsey got a great I'm sorry, I'm fucking hammered right now, but I'm gonna try to get to this. Jack Gunsey in the chat says, Gutenberg, what if gun channels set up on Pornhub? Time and a place.
Yeah. I get
place.
I do get the time and the place argument. I really do. For me, it's that as I was reading through this hashtag Thot Audit, and guys, if you haven't read it, go read it. It's funny as fuck. There's so many of these people who want these women just destroyed, want them off we got to get them off the platform. I don't think you have to get them off the platform. If you don't like them, don't watch them. That's how the free market works, in my opinion.
Well, you know what? That's part of the reason why my resistance to things like loot crates or whatever, like I could be a lot more vocal and I guess more activist-y about it, because it really pisses me off, like royally. I don't talk about it much. But the reason why is because the only reason it exists is because gamers allow it to. You know what I mean? And I'm like, you can yell at the developers all you want, and you can yell at the people making the money, but their job is to make money. Like that's their job, and they're just doing it, and people are allowing them to do it. So I'm like, you only can really get so mad at them. You know what I mean? Just like when a dude jumps in the lion cage and the lion eats the dude, and they're like, oh, that stupid lion. Why would he do that? I'm like, he's a fucking lion. That's what he does. I'm not mad at the lion. I'm mad at the idiot who jumped in the cage. Lion doing his fucking job. He's like, oh, look, meat. I'm supposed to eat that. And he does it. So it's I don't know, like I can't be as mad as I want to be about it, because gamers are the reason that it still exists. So I mean,
that's right.
Until people stop fucking pouring money into it. Well, I guess I can't really say gamers, people in general, because a lot of hardcore gamers are really against it and they're not supporting it for the most part. But the casual gamers are really the ones who pour money into it and take advantage of, the shortcuts and shit.
Let's be fair. Most gamers on a Twitch platform are probably lonely teenage boys, maybe in their mid-20s or whatever not, and they're seeing a little bit of titties. They got a little bit of money
out there.
I know, but they don't know that. They're able to. Well, the thing is, they're able to interact with these broads. They can send them tips. They'll read their things out, and these fucking girls will say, "Oh, thank you, XX fucking jack off 99 fucking whatever fucking name is."
That is a pretty valid point, though. Like being able to, and that's how cam girls and shit became famous in the first place, because of that actual interaction.
Yeah.
Well, this leads me to one other question I had for the whole group, and I'm glad Gutenberg's here for this, because I'd like to hear his answer.
Why do you think I'm here?
I saw a thing today, a woman talking about the different tiers of her Patreon, right? And at a certain tier, you get nudes of her.
No problem.
If it was you, what tier would your nudes be at? How much money would it take for people to get to see you naked?
Depends on what the market was at that point, right? Like if I had a lot of people clamoring for my nudes, I'd have to set the bar a little lower, right?
See, I'm thinking mine would have to be at least like $1,000 tier.
Nah,
Yeah, you got it. You got to hit that
500.
executive point.
No, but no, it's a war of attrition at that point. Like $1,000, that you're pricing a lot of people out of the market.
That's all right, man. I'm special. I am not.
No,
I'm
you're
not
not.
I'm not a generic hoe. You want to see? You just want to see any old body go to Pornhub. You want to see this?
I get your point, but I'm in it for the money at this point, and I'm gonna set my bar at about 300. 300.
Okay.
That's like a half a paycheck for the blue collar guy, and that's my target market at that point.
Satsu, what's your dollar amount?
No less than $5.
$5?
500.
Oh, 500.
He said 500.
And
500 is a good number.
Scribbles.
No less than $5.
So we have a plan for everybody out there.
Hey.
From $5 to 300 to 500.
No, I figure I should at least I should at least charge a little bit more for pictures of my nude body than I would for writing an ad for someone. Or I jack up the price of writing an ad, because certainly the talent I have with writing an ad far exceeds any talent I have as a physical specimen.
I don't know about you guys, but I look sexy as fuck naked, bro. So like, I don't give a fuck. Like, you send me a DM, I'll probably, there's more than likely a chance if you're a woman, I'll send you a fucking pic. Like,
well, hold on. Are we doing this? Are we making a network of the first male Twitch Thots?
Yes. Real quick, Pumpkin Trucker. Pornhub is an excellent place for gun channels. Some topless chick with a fully auto M50. Imagine the jiggle. Well, I think if she's
with the theme.
Yeah, she's still topless now. If she was still dressed, I mean, yeah.
Wait, does that ruin our point though? If girls are playing with their tits out?
Well, no, because we specified as long as they're playing the fucking game.
Yes, they have to be playing the game.
Sorry, I'm drunk. I just want to make sure we don't.
I don't care if the bitch is ass naked, as long as she's actually killing people in Fortnite. Then I'll be like, all right. I mean, it is what it is.
All right, I agree with Satsu. I'm on Team Satsu at this point.
I just found this whole story funny. Mostly because of how stupid the people are going back and forth, because they're dumb people on both sides, don't get me wrong. But yeah, the thoughts have lost their minds over this, and the people giving them tax advice, don't listen to them. Don't. Monkey, you have to calculate the overhead, like Brazilian wax, gym memberships, skin treatments. You want to produce a good product, and it pays to look good. Look, Math Queen, this is all nature's work. I can't take credit for any of that.
Oh, fuck you. What are you talking about here?
I was born sexy.
I'll manscape the fuck out. I will send you a nudie, Math Queen.
Are you manscaped?
Fuck yeah, bro. I'm like a baby seal.
Oh, God. Now, are you just talking your genitals, or like, do you shave your chest too?
No, listen, in the summertime, like I'll take the Bob Vila clipper to him. That's about it. Like to my chest. I get some like pretty baller ass, like I get some Burt Reynolds shit going on. And so like I'll clip it down.
Some
a
women
bit.
like that, right?
No, like listen, I'll clip it down a little bit, like to about like a 1/4 inch. Like I don't go full on fucking Burt Reynolds. You know what I mean? That's it. But the junk, I shave it down, bro. I shave it right down.
Ebony Williams says monkey needs to be taken down a peg. Good luck. Good luck. People have been trying to do that my whole life. It just fuels me. With that, guys, we are going to move on to chat time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your time. If you have a question, comment, concern, something you'd like us to talk about that wasn't in MSS News, throw it into that chat now, and we'll do our best to pay attention to what you're saying and respond. And do so in a mostly coherent way. Gutenberg.
Yeah, not like me. Not like me.
Taken down and pegged. We do not touch the monkey butt. Cynic, how many times we got to talk about this?
Hilarious.
Point curation, was that thing I sent any use? What thing? I'm trying to remember what you sent. Was that the copper thing? It may be. I still have to talk to. my phone company. Real quick, thank you, Pink Hollow Sasquatch photos sale for $50. Why does Gutenberg sound like Worski?
I know.
Oh, God.
I know, dude. Listen. I
Never
just got
thought of it that way. Yeah, you kind of do.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, listen. No, it's because, dude, I just got back from my family in Philadelphia. I had a couple buddies that were at the local bar, and we showed up. And old Gutenberg, I fell off the wagon a little bit. I knew it was going to happen this holiday season, and I had a little bit too much. Not too much to drink. Like, I'm actually a little bit coherent. I'm not yelling racist epithets at Satsu here, so I think it's going pretty good.
That's how you know that he's not too drunk. He's not being overtly racist. Right. How much has Gutenberg had to drink?
I had a few shots of American honey. I had 4 beers at the bar. They're called I'll Have What She's Having. That's the name of the beer. They're like 10% beers, and they're pretty strong. I came home, and I'm on like my 5th blue moon now, so I'm feeling pretty good. I'm not too bad. You know what I mean? I'm hanging out here.
How much for nudes of monkey at the bottom of the stairs? Whatever it takes to cover the cost of the ambulance. Why don't you think taxation is theft? Because I can read. Have you go ahead. Sorry. No, go ahead. What were you saying?
I was going to say you come to accept taxes the older you get. Like in your 20s, you're like, taxation is theft, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it is theft. But it's a necessary evil at some point. But we are taxed way too much.
Theft is when somebody comes in and takes money out of your wallet that they don't have permission to do.
Well, they do take it out of your paycheck.
But they have permission to do it.
From who?
From you when you sign that contract and when you start the job.
Yeah, but you don't sign the contract with your job to have money stealing from your pay stub.
It's in your
when you do the tax law.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, laws are laws are laws are laws are laws.
Look, I'm not saying all laws are right.
The British tried to do this shit for 10%, and we fucking threw their tea in the harbor. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yes and no.
Yes,
hang on, listen. The whole thing about the revolution was not about taxation. What was the call? Taxation without representation.
Sure. What representation do we really have now, though? Honestly,
there are 35 representatives in the House that we just voted for.
And do you think they really represent you?
Of course not. But they're still called the representatives.
They're still called the representatives. If I punch you in the face and call it a facial, or did your face really look better?
Well, I don't know. I'm beautiful, so probably not.
I'm sexy as fuck, bro. I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
Y'all giving each other facials right now.
You faggots asked for it. I'm just
Have you and Monkey made a sex tape, and how much for it? No, she won't let me record.
Fuck yeah.
Where can I get a private video session with Lauren Southern? I don't know. You said she's like a Twitch Thot. I will play. Look, I'm not saying she's exactly like a Twitch Thot. I'm saying she used her natural beauty to enhance what she was selling.
No, that's bullshit. She would just already happen to be in
How many of her videos did she not have her face in?
What?
What
does that even mean?
How many of her videos do not have her face in them?
But what does it matter? How many? But do you think of other documentaries?
Think she'd have her face there if her face looked like my ball sack? No. She's a pretty girl who used being a pretty girl to suck in a whole bunch of guys who think like her. Well, I'm not
I don't think she, dude. Come on, that's a fucking stretch, dude.
Bullshit.
That's a fucking stretch.
I mean, well, if you can say that about her, can't you say that about every political female that has used their face?
I have said that about every beautiful female who's used her face to get
well,
attention.
What about
Misa, SDA, everybody who uses a face cam?
Yes, I used to when me and SDA first started hanging out together, We used to use the joke. She would use me for my resources, and I'd use her for her tits.
Well, why do you have way more subs than her and get more viewers? That's
Than who?
weird. SDA, Weibo, and any female fucking streamer on this genre. You get way more viewers than her. So, like, why aren't they?
Well, I'm naturally funny.
By your logic, why? That's true.
No. What I'm not saying that that it will instantly make you a success. I'm saying it will help you along.
But Weibo and SDA are way more fuckable than you. However,
you don't know that.
Well, you know what?
I do know that.
That's true. I showed you a picture.
The only thing I've learned from this situation is that Monkey's a dumbass. Because
Monkey's not a dumbass.
If he's as sexy as he thinks he is, and he already has more views and shit than SDA in them, the fact that he's not using face cam just means that he's stupid.
Let me tell you this: if I looked like Weibo Jones, I would have 100,000 followers. Because my titties would be out every fucking video.
I hate you.
Why?
I fucking hate. No, I hate your logic. No,
you know it's true.
You're saying no, but listen, you're saying Lauren Southern and all the good work she has done with her documentaries and all the shit she did with Rebel Media. You're saying the only reason
that's a
okay, but Gavin McGinnis did a lot of shit too. You're saying that he put his face out there and his face got him where he was at that point?
No, Gavin had
I don't understand it. So you're saying a dude needs to either be super funny or a chick needs to be super hot to make it anywhere on a platform. I'm not saying it doesn't hurt.
I have not said that at all. When did I say you have to be pretty?
No, I'm making an assumption based on.
I know you are, and I haven't said anything like that. I said it helps, and if you are pretty and you use that to your advantage, there's nothing wrong with it.
But she never.
We can't sit here. Hang on. Sorry. We can't sit here and pretend it doesn't happen just because we like what that person does.
Right. But she never fucking had her titties out or showed her fucking ass to get anywhere in where she is right now.
Well, just because it had like it brought them success, like them just happening to be attractive brought them success. Is it fair for you to say that that is definitively the reason?
Definitively the reason what?
Why they are doing what they're doing.
I didn't say that's why they're doing what they're doing. I'm saying it's helped their success.
Oh, well, no. Well, I thought you said when this first started that she is using her attractiveness.
Well, she is.
Well, that's what I just said.
That's not what you just said.
That's what you just said for the most part.
I just said you said she's using her attractiveness to get famous. And I said, is it safe to assume that just because she's attractive and got famous, that is the reason that she got famous, because she was using her attractiveness? And you said yes.
Okay, I'm not getting your logic there. One more time.
Okay, I'm gonna lay it out one more time,
please. And I'm not being an ass.
No, I know you're not. I'm saying that you said that she is using her attractiveness,
yes,
in order to push whatever it is she's trying to do.
Sure.
And I said just because she's attractive and that brought her attention, can you rightfully say that even if she wasn't, like even if she just said, I'm just going to use this face cam or whatever and do what I do because I have a message and I want people to hear it, can you say, no, that's not true? You just use your looks to do what you're doing. And that's why you came into this business. That's why you started doing it, because you were attractive.
Hang on. That's where you're losing me, because I didn't say she only came into it because she's attractive.
Okay, that's what it sounded like you were saying.
I said she came into it and she used her attractiveness as an advantage.
Okay, that's a little bit different. Okay, but that's what it seemed like you were saying.
I am saying if she looked like Trigglypuff, it would not matter what she fucking said. Gutenberg would not be up here going, I love Lauren Southern, if she looked like Gutenberg.
I'm a sexy fucking dude. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're a dude.
But there's a lot of dudes with that same fucking message that are fairly popular.
All right. Well, I guess I would have to ask this question to Gutenberg. How many super ugly broads do you know are very prominent in the political spectrum right now, outspokenly?
There really aren't any. And I don't know why.
Really?
I'm sorry, but why aren't there? I don't know. Maybe super ugly broads are. Well, maybe causation does not. Scribe, help me with that comment.
Correlation does not equal causation.
Thank you.
I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
So if you think that inherently this kind of thinking makes women attractive, or if they are attractive, they will inherently think this way?
I don't know. Look at Anita Sarkeesian. She's not a bad looking broad. People didn't follow her logic, right?
Tons of people follow her logic.
Yeah, but
there's tons of guys out there who follow her logic who want to bang the shit out of her. They turn into fucking pussies over it.
You don't really see those dudes anywhere, though. I mean, if you can find one guy on Twitter right now that is all about Anita Sarkeesian, I mean, let me know.
But see, they're not allowed to talk about how pretty they think she is. That's the difference.
I'm just saying, it's a happenstance. It's like these Fox News broads. Once they find a woman that is fairly attractive, that is good on a microphone or good in front of the camera, they incorporate these fucking women into their platform because they're good at what they do. And they just so happen to be attractive.
It's what makes them good at what they do is that they're attractive and nobody pays attention to the fucking stupid shit they say.
You can have an attractive fucking broad on news television, and she's not giving you or delivering anything. She's not worth anything to the network.
Okay, let's move on. Sorry, guys.
Shall we?
I know there've been a lot of questions. I apologize, but I try not to interrupt interesting conversation when we're having it. Maybe Fox News gets more viewers because of the attractive females. It's part of their plan. It was from the beginning. It's part of what they did.
But these attractive females have something to say.
Do they have something to say, or are they repeating things that they know you want to hear?
That may be the cause too. I don't know, but however, they're very good at saying it, and I'm gonna watch.
I'm not against you on this. That's the funny part about this. I will watch a pretty woman say things I like. You know why? I happen to like pretty women, and I would rather watch them say it than even myself say it because I like looking at pretty women. I just don't think that we can ignore the fact that that's part of what's being used to get them out there. Annalyn says, what about Rachel Maddow? What about her? She had a large following when she was before she ever got onto MSNBC, and plus she's
a man, baby.
She is. She's Sean Hannity's younger brother. I'm almost convinced.
Satsu's back.
Welcome back.
What up, Dow?
What are yours and the other Lords of the Night's thoughts on the nice video I tagged you in earlier on Twitter? I'm not sure what video that was, Mash.
Hold on. I think I did see it. I just got to remember what it was. Hold on. I see so much shit, man.
Toasted asks, where's the fucking contract? Are you talking about that makes you pay taxes? You're an American citizen, right? If you don't like paying taxes, there's a border to the north and the south. There's also oceans on both sides. Pick one.
I want to address a comment that was laid upon us earlier by Controversial Topics. It was at me, at Gutenberg. Lauren Southern did a great job in South Africa. She also kept her personal bias out of the documentary. Did you see that documentary, Monkey?
I saw parts of it when she was doing the build up to it, when she was showing clips. I haven't seen the whole thing, no.
Okay, moving right along.
And what she did, what I saw there, I had no problem with. Again, I don't have a problem with everything Lauren Southern does.
Sorry, I didn't mean to backpedal there. I just feel like I can't let this go.
I know you can't.
Okay.
And that has nothing to do with the alcohol, because I've been in arguments with you when you're stone sober. The Thot one is how, I think, is that the first time you and I really had a big argument, was the Boba Titty girl?
Yes.
Yeah. God, she's hot.
She is hot, but she doesn't belong at a cosplay thing or whatever the fuck they're at, a Comic-Con or whatever.
My roommate's mother is a titty Twitch streamer. Can I have a link?
Yeah, right. Let me see them titties.
Is Monkeys
say that?
I said that.
Yeah, Toasted said that. Black Romeo said, is Monkey's point with this picture that a creep shot of Lauren is Lauren flaunting herself? You know what? No, that wasn't the point of that picture I had up there for a while. The creep who took that picture did not put her in those shorts. The UFO answer, thank you. I'm a sovereign citizen. I pay 0 taxes. I win. And point creation, a voice makes it too. Monkey's voice is for the radio. And yeah, I really have heard that far too much in my life.
Yeah, see,
I have
talent always wins over the thoughts. It really does.
Well, I think eventually it does. Yes. And that's why when people, talk about how, the thoughts are ruining Twitch and now guys can't make it there anymore. And I said, who is the #1 Twitch streamer?
Yeah, I don't agree with that sentiment exactly. However, I don't like how much attention these fucking whores are getting. That's just me. Personal opinion.
Oh, Mash says the video was tasting your own vagina. Wasn't that
Oh, I did see that.
I only clicked on a little bit. Wasn't it like quite long? I didn't watch it all.
Rory did a video. It was Rory's
Oh
video.
yeah, it was Rory. No,
yeah.
I didn't watch it all.
And he was talking about these chicks were tasting their own vaginas.
I know women who like that.
I've had a lot of girls go down on me after I,
No, I mean ones who would actually finger dip, man.
Yeah, but after it's all right. Move right along.
For the fun of it.
Yeah, girls aren't shameful in my experience.
Well, it was weird because she was asking lesbians like what they think about, because I think the question was, what is your biggest worry when it comes to like oral sex or whatever? And it was like, and I think 60% said how it either smells or tastes. And she was like, oh, well, we can alleviate that. Just taste your own vagina and then you'll know if it tastes weird and that'll make you feel less self-conscious.
Well, let's be honest. It's not the taste. It's the smell. Because it really tastes like nothing. It's
for the most part.
It tastes like nothing. It tastes like at the most salt.
Well, it was funny because they're just like, men don't care about the smell or taste or whatever. They just either want you to go in or they'll just dive right in. They don't think about that type of stuff. Women do, and that's probably why women don't.
No, I care about the smell. That indicates a problem.
The problem is usually by the time the smell is an issue, you're already committed.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like you just do it.
Yeah,
I never stopped. I never stopped because it smelled. I always, I'm a fucking soldier, bro.
That's right.
Keep going.
Dude, the worst thing I've ever done in a situation where a chick was like not smelling the greatest is I was like, you know what? A shower would be nice before this. That would be cool.
How subtle.
You ever took a shower with a dude before? That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Hey, Scribe, you ever get the stink puss down there, right? You go down and do the finger test and it comes up and it smells like salmon. You ever get that?
Salmon?
I don't recall. I think in most cases my dates were hygienic.
There you go. I just like your senator. I don't recall answer.
Well, I mean I don't remember a time where I had a problem with that kind of stuff. So it just doesn't occur to me.
Scribe
it's not like you really could anyway.
Duck Dog says mint, pineapple, and celery make them taste and smell better. So does a shower.
Yeah.
I feel like if they came over to Scribe smelling like whodunit, Scribe be like, bitch, take a shower.
Smelling like whodunit.
Benjamin Whitaker says, legal isn't always moral. Government-approved rape or murder would still be rape or murder. Or do you consider the Holocaust not to be murder because it was government-sanctioned? Are you really comparing taxes to the Holocaust now?
He's got a solid point, bro.
He does have a point. Just because the government says or does it does not mean that it's moral. But right now, taxation is absolutely legal.
Hey, Monkey.
And it doesn't make it theft.
Monkey, hold on. Scribe, you never fucked some stinky pussy?
Scribe's a clean dude, man.
No, most of the times that I've had sex, it was with somebody who I was on a date with, which means they already primped and preened before we got there. Or it's someone that I live with and they cared enough to make sure they were clean before we did anything.
Hold on. You never met a broad at the bar and took her home, took the panties off and caught her with?
No. I've had one night.
You never lived.
I've had first date sex before, but I've never really done a one night stand. Some stranger I just met at some place now.
I've always pictured you looking like a young Egon Spengler. I don't know why.
Well, you can ask Monkey, I guess. I don't know. I don't look like Egon Spengler, but no.
He does not. Okay. Now we're comparing taxation to slavery. Okay.
Well, I like every time somebody brings that specific point up, I'm just like, well, if that's the case, then literally no laws, like you should be unhappy with laws, period. Every law, like murder, it doesn't matter what it is, any law, because everything, all those things are illegal. And yes, something else was legal at some point and it was okay at that time, but it is no longer for a reason.
There are moral laws and then there are laws that are government laws, right? Like everyone knows you don't kill.
Time out. No, the only thing that makes them moral laws is us.
Yeah.
A law just is. Whether it's moral or not is something decided by us, either in the moment or as we judge it by history.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. The laws themselves are laws.
That's true.
Yeah, because if you go to some other place where murder is legal and it's the norm, like it's just a normal thing that everybody does, they're like, yeah, it's the law. It's okay to do that. And it'll be perfectly fine to them. There wouldn't be an issue of whether it's moral or not. It'd just be normal.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Really, it's. I don't understand how you could even compare taxation with theft when I've never heard of theft that somebody knew was going on right in front of them with a paper they fill out every fucking year explaining how much theft was done to them.
Yeah, so what do people think is going to happen once taxes, like, okay, let's just say if there was like, okay, we've been stealing from you, taxation is theft, it all goes away, no more taxes. What do you think the result is going to be to that?
They don't think that far. Now, for the record, we went far more than 100 years in this country. What was it? 100 and we didn't have actual income tax as a
till 1912 thing.
Yeah, we survived most of our country's existence without it, but there were still taxes. People want to pretend that there wasn't taxes. The only difference is back then they had to every year, or I can't remember if it was every year, every 2 years, every 4, something like that. The tax code had to be redone to, okay, now you have to pay this much in taxes, instead of it just being a running federal income tax. Because you can run the government just by, okay, this is what we have this year, split that up amongst the people, and we'll call it a tax. And if there's nothing that we need to pay for this year, nobody has to pay taxes. God of Cheese, thank you so much. Oh shit, hi monkey, I'm here wasting more money. Howdy, thank you so much.
Hold on, let me correct that. Giving money to monkey is not a waste, and don't you ever think that it is.
I appreciate that. But if he wants to think of it as wasting and he's still doing it, he can do it.
Monkey is theft.
Monkey is theft. Oh my God. What else do we have going on here? Yeah, I don't want to talk about taxation anymore. If
Me neither, because that's boring as fuck.
Boring. Let's go back to titties, man. I like titties.
Taxes are boring.
What else do we have here? Oh my God. We need some fun questions. We need titty.
I need some questions for old Gutenberg here.
Oh, Gutenberg.
Hey, what do you think about meatloaf?
I love me some meatloaf, man.
You love meatloaf?
In your mouth?
Do you love putting it in your face?
Well, I mean, some meatloaf with titties, like on Fight Club.
Oh no, trust me. Yeah, meatloaf's got titties. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like me some meatloaf on my platter or on the big screen there. I like me some meatloaf.
All right.
In reference to money laundering, what's the difference between an SJW and a washing machine? A washing machine doesn't accuse you of rape after I dump a load in it.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Ebony Williams asked Gutenberg, wings or ribs? I'm a wing guy, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Now, boneless or actual wings?
Oh,
actual wings.
Some jumbo wings, you know what I mean? Some good jumbo wings. I mean, that's just me. Controversial topics in the chat. At Gutenberg, since Monkey missed it, Thot Audit gives a whole new meaning to the Me Too, does it not?
I guess it could.
These whores need to pay their fair share, you know? Everybody else out here, the blue collar man's out here fucking working his finger to the bone, paying taxes. I think these whores should too. That's just my opinion.
God of Cheese, thank you. Oh shit, 2 cents. You're right. It isn't a waste. Let's go.
I told you, man.
Thank you.
Embrace the monkey.
Dude, God of Cheese. This is not Walmart. You can round it off to 10.
No, he's got an iPhone. He's
got an iPhone. It has to do it that way. Gregory Hurst asked Scribe, how much for you to do an ad nude, you dirty little whore?
Oh, I've done plenty of ads nude. You just didn't see me.
You guys didn't know it. Skyrim, Oblivion, or Morrowind? Definitely Oblivion.
Oh yeah, probably Oblivion. I have more memories in Oblivion than any of the other ones.
Scribbles?
You know, I never. I got into Elder Scrolls with Skyrim, so I never
okay.
really played Oblivion. I'm kind of waiting for the Skyblivion mod to come out so I can kind of experience with mechanics and stuff that I am more familiar with.
Scribe.
I think Oblivion holds up well, the original, unless you've played Skyrim.
Right.
So definitely wait.
Well, you know what? I will literally buy Oblivion for Scribe specifically so he can play the Dark Brotherhood
it was so good.
It was one of the best stories in gaming. Like, it was one of the best quest lines that exist in modern gaming. It was a fucking amazing. It was fucking crazy. Like, everything else was terrible. Mage's Guild was garbage. Thieves Guild was all right and kind of underwhelming and a little bit kind of just matter of fact. The fighters.
I thought the Thieves Guild was more of a traditional kind of quest line.
Yeah, the Dark Brotherhood though, that shit was
amazing.
Epic. It was legendary.
You know what's funny to me when we get that question? Usually it's Oblivion or Skyrim. Sometimes they'll throw in Morrowind. Nobody ever brings up Daggerfall.
Yeah,
or the Arena.
That's a really old game, though.
It makes me feel old as fuck.
Well, you kind of are.
Does it sadden you that I have no intention of letting you know when it's my birthday, thus denying you the chance to sing? I am never denied the chance to sing. I will sing whenever I want to. God of Cheese says, "Oh crap, you said Oblivion, unsubbing Skyrim." Well, look, I'm a whore, but I'm not going to form my opinion. So,
from what I understand, the writing in Oblivion was far deeper in some storylines than others. I mean, I like Skyrim for a lot of reasons. For its sort of like, it's no limits. You can pretty much do anything you want and not have to adhere to the main quest line if you don't want to. And you kind of make your own story as you go. I really like that. Much better than I like Fallout 4's. You're sort of locked on rails with the whole storyline. But the bits and pieces that I've seen and heard from others regarding like the Dark Brotherhood quest and everything else, just that the depth of writing and the choices you make and everything else, way more consequential than anything you get in Skyrim, where it's a little bit more detached from the rest of the world.
Thank you, Cryptic. Hey, Goot, stop passing out on your Discord.
I'm very fucking I'm looking at it. Why you guys got so much of me? Like I'm one man over here.
One of the things I liked more about Oblivion than Skyrim is the map itself. As far as open world, I think they're both pretty similar.
I thought it was a bit more barren, and the caves were garbage. They were fucking trash on Oblivion. I hated the caves.
Oh no, I love the caves.
No, the like the temples and the dungeons were decent. The caves, like the actual rock cave, they were trash.
You a hater.
I hated them.
No, but the world itself was very open, and you could, to me, you had more access to everything. Where Skyrim, you have a lot of fucking mountains and shit to deal with that you just don't in Oblivion.
I think Oblivion was horrible.
You're an ass.
So,
is anyone actually following the Overseer storyline in 76?
I have been, yeah.
I'm using a secondary character to focus specifically on story stuff, yeah.
Data says, Monkey, tell Scribe I sent him more fun stuff. There you go.
Okay.
We need more questions for Gutenberg over here. This is bullshit.
Gutenberg?
Sorry.
No, I was going to ask you a question.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's go.
Left titty or right titty?
Ooh, the right titty. 100%.
Math Queen, sorry, Math Queen, I didn't see your question. How sensitive is your back skin? I don't wear a shirt most of the time because you don't realize how much your shirt moves during the day until your skin is as sensitive as this is. But I like go outside, and if the slightest wind blows across my back, it'll feel like razors are going across it. Yeah. And when I say slightest wind, I mean like. Do I have long hair? No, I don't. I keep my hair very short. It's longer than it should be right now. But Gutenberg, ass or tits?
I'm a titty dude. You know, I mean, you can slack on the ass, but the titties, I can't let that go. You got to have a nice set of titties. They can be small, they can be big, but they got to be proportionate. You know what I mean?
So you can't have one big, one small.
Absolutely not. That's a sin in my book. Peter in the chat. At Gutenberg, do you ever want to have a family? I do have a family, Peter. Thank you for asking. And there's another one by Samuel Foreigner guy here. Regnat, whatever. At Gutenberg, Snoop Dogg voice. When a stream is gaining lots of views, it's probably a thought. I don't understand it.
Oh wow, that was okay. That was supposed to be a drop it like it's hot thing, but I don't think it. I don't think it was very well executed.
I'm too white.
I see what they did there.
I'm too white. I don't get it.
Toast Network says, Ranting Monkey, why do you make fun of incels? I know incels that are very nice citizens. I make fun of anything I find humorous.
I don't even. What are incels? Like
involuntary celibates. They're these guys who desperately want to have sex, but due to flaws in that they genuinely attribute to their physical appearance, but usually actually has more to do with their personality. They just can't get laid.
But isn't celibacy like a philosophy of not having sex, like a monk or some shit? Like, isn't it? Like
no, that there are religious orders that take vows of celibacy and more importantly, chastity. Keep using the wrong goddamn word, but yeah, it's what they're saying is that they're involuntarily this way, where a monk would take that of their own volition. Where,
gotcha.
Yeah, they're not having sex because women won't give them pussy.
Exactly, they're not having sex because nobody will do it with them.
I don't know how to,
guys.
Sorry. Real quick. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but I'm gonna call her Anal In.
Anal In, yeah.
At Gutenberg. Abby or Brittany? I'm gonna go with Abby. She's a better looking broad.
I'm with the one with the straight neck, not the one that's coming out of the neck.
The one that controls the vag. I'm with her.
I'm with her.
And then hi Goober. Did you watch Achia get spanked today? I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Go fuck yourself.
Okay, now you're done because we're actually almost 2 minutes over. So, chat, guys, thank you so much for the donations and coming to hang out with us as you always do. You are amazing. I can't tell you how much the donations help and how much it blows my mind away that you come listen to us talk every night and as often as you come listen to us talk. You're fucking the best audience anywhere. I will bite anyone who says differently. Gutenberg, even though you lied to me, thank you for coming on tonight, bud. You were better behaved than I thought you'd be, drunk as you are, you little shit.
I didn't drop the N-bomb once. I'm proud of myself.
Satsu, Scribe, a pleasure as always. Everyone, your lives make us sad. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
And Monkey forgot to mention we'll be on 2 Cents Plus.
Right after this, come watch us play.
Man, can I pimp the minions here? The minions are going to be streaming here a little bit, and I agreed with Peter to join if you want to watch Satsu and all that a little bit. Have a little side window open, and join the minions too.
Nah, fuck
into the zoo. All right, bye guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Again.